I'm very happy to meet Reid Hoffman, co-founder of LinkedIn, author and investor. And Reid just came out with his book, The Alliances, in which you talk about coming from the information age to the networking age. Could you explain that to me? Like, what do you consider the networking age?
So previously, in the information age, it used to be the go get information and learn it. And the way that you would have competitive advantage as an individual professional or as a company was by being better at information. Now we live in an age of networks where each of us are embedded in networks of fellow professionals, networks of companies, networks of industries, and these networks are key to how you succeed either as an individual or as a company. And so one of the things that is now no longer can I get all the information in the company and then we process the information and that's how we operate. Now it's the company deploys its network in order to figure out how to be better with its product, be better with services, to understand how the market is changing and how technology will change industries. And so that's what the network age is.
Okay, and what does that mean for me personally? Do I have to have certain skills or capabilities to better network my surroundings, like my colleagues, my friends, to better make use of my network?
Absolutely. The key thing is to now start thinking of yourself when you think about how do I accomplish a task, how do I learn a skill, how do I implement a piece of work, how do I have a career, you think about your network as central to that. You think about how do you build connections and alliances with other people who can help you and you can help them. How can you answer a problem or a question? So for example, if you say, oh, I need to find an expert, I need to find a resource, I need to make a connection with a company, it now becomes, as opposed to an information problem, a network problem. And so the kinds of skills are to build an effective network, to have a set of people who would help you and you would help them, and to be able to use tools like LinkedIn, like Xing, in order to be connected with those people and to ally, to collaborate in how you work towards the future.
Okay, that means the employee of tomorrow, he's like the one who is most networked to other people. Is that, should I, if you look at long-term relationships with employees, regardless to free employees or free agents of Tom, how do you see the future of work?
So what I'm saying is network skills they're not the only skills, but they're a critical skill. It's a critical skill in order to amplify your own abilities and your ability to solve problems. And so now what that means for how a person is an employee is that as opposed to being a lifetime employee, you go and you may be at work at one company your entire career. That's still perfectly possible in the network age, but you think about it as tours of duty. You think about having an engagement by which you spend a certain amount of time working, where you and the company, you and your manager have agreed, like, this is the way that I'm going to transform the company, this is the way it's going to transform my career. But where we think the entire career, the landscape is going is it's moving from lifetime employment to lifetime employability. So what a company promises a individual employee now is essentially lifetime employability through a series of tours of duty.
And what does it mean for companies? How could they better manage their talents? If you look at HR and in the war of talents, how can they really engage their own employees to be better networkers for their companies?
So the key thing is to have open, transparent conversations with the employees about what their aspirations are, and to allow in that conversation the fact that the aspirations may be to work in another company other than your own. And by having an open, transparent conversation, you actually extend your longevity with them, and you begin to talk about the various things about how they can bring the network of the people they know outside the company to help the company do its work, whether it's recruiting people, whether it's intelligence about what's going on with markets and technology, or whether or not it's connections in order to get business done, like a supplier or customers or these sorts of things.
Do you see any differences in how women or men would use their networks, like on how they behave socially on the net?
So you always have to be careful about how you make gender generalizations. But generally speaking, women are much better at forming alliances and groups in terms of we all help each other, and men tend to be a little bit more individualistic. Again, very broad generalizations. And so I think that this coming age of network, if women think about it not as networking, but as, oh, it's actually how we help each other, how we build alliances, how we collaborate, that's something that women are much naturally, in a broad generalization, better at.
Anything do you want to say to the DLD women females?
Well, so I actually think that women in technology is extremely important. I think our industry will be much stronger the more women entrepreneurs there are, the more women executives. So I wish every luck and every success and every piece of hard work.
Thank you so much, Reid. Black tie, beautiful.